The City of Ormond Beach continues to secure the future of our community by creating jobs through economic development efforts, strengthening community relationships, and building partnerships that result in positive improvements for our residents. These efforts are evident throughout our community, including new retailers along Granada Boulevard and North US 1, business expansion within the Airport Business Park, US 1 landscaping improvements, and citywide infrastructure projects. This year, the city launched the OB Life initiative to ensure our citizens have a voice in shaping the city's future. It involves a series of community meetings on key topics throughout the year, and the introduction of a new web-based OpenGov platform to enhance citizen communication and gather input. Information collected through this initiative will be useful in updating the city's strategic plan in 2019. Ormond Beach businesses continue to flourish. After the city's Economic Development Department enthusiastically worked with Security First managers and Tomoka Holdings to retain this local insurance company, broke ground on a 48-acre parcel earlier this year. Their $30 million, 133,000 square foot office headquarters, located in the Ormond Crossings Commerce Park. Approximately 500 people will be employed at the new location. The city worked collaboratively with Concentrated Aloe to help retain and expand this local manufacturer in Ormond Beach. In 2016, the city sold a 3.5-acre industrial parcel in the Airport Business Park to the company for construction of a new 40,000 square foot manufacturing facility, which is anticipated to open this December. The added capacity is instrumental in supporting the company's current manufacturing and employee growth here in Ormond Beach. Now, let's hear from Concentrated Aloe.
Well, Ormond Beach is where this company started. We started Concentrated Aloe CAC in 1992. Well, this building is going to be about 40,000 square feet, which is about double what we have now. Right now, we have also a processing plant and a farm in Guatemala. Raw material comes up from Guatemala to here, to Florida, where we process it into different forms of aloe concentrates and aloe powders. We also do a very select finished product filling business, where we do specialty lines for small companies that have high-end products. We've been increasing in growth about 10% a year for a lot of years. Don't forget, we started from absolutely zero. So if I had to make an estimate about the way the business is angling the last 2 years, I would say we're going to probably add an increase of payroll about 30%.
For the last 3 years, the Economic Development Department has worked with the property owner of 101 East Granada Boulevard to attract a grocer. We are pleased to announce that Lucky's Grocery will locate at 101 East Granada. The 28,000 square foot building has been vacant since Food Lion closed in 2012. Lucky's will renovate the property and is investing $4.3 million in the heart of the city's downtown community redevelopment district and creating over 30 jobs. Now let's hear from Lucky's.
I think the reality is we all want to be part of something bigger.
I feel it in my heart. I feel such a passion to make a difference and do more than just sit back and be a consumer. People are ready for it. People want to know that the place that they're working for is making a difference, not just making a profit.
It's really about all of us together, one planet, one world, and hopefully, if anything, Lucky's reminds people of that every time they walk into the store.
Jobs, community, partnerships. As you can see, this has been a great year for business in Ormond Beach. This year, the city has also benefited from strong partnerships during recovery efforts from weather events and in planning for the future. As we all recall, our community was significantly affected by 2 hurricanes in 11 months. A combined total of over 550,000 cubic yards of debris was collected, costing the city nearly $14 million. So far, FEMA has reimbursed the city $6.2 million for Matthew, and reimbursements for Irma have been submitted and are pending. Though presidentially declared emergencies, FEMA funding is available to mitigate future damages from similar storms. For Matthew, the city requested funding to enhance stormwater management for projects totaling nearly $10 million. And for Irma, additional stormwater projects and facility hardening totaling over $14 million. The projects submitted for Matthew have been approved and are in the design phase, and we await Irma approvals. The city just completed the installation of landscaping and an automatic irrigation system connected to reuse water from Airport Road to Lincoln Avenue on North US 1. This $500,000 project was partially funded by the Florida Department of Transportation and continues to enhance this major gateway into our city, our airport, airport business park, and sports complex. So let's hear about some new projects on the horizon.
Airport enhancements provide local construction jobs and promote business aviation. In August, the city was awarded a Federal Aviation Administration Airport Improvement Grant to rehabilitate Runway 826 and design extensions for Runway 8 and Taxiway Alpha. The grant is over $2.2 million, representing 90% of the total project cost. A grant agreement has also been received from the Florida Department of Transportation for the state's 8% project share of over $200,000. Another state grant received will provide $130,000 for heliport improvements, representing 80% of project costs. Construction of both these projects is expected to begin this fall. The sports complex continues to develop. Last year, the city installed new LED lighting on soccer and multi-purpose fields 4 through 10 at a total cost of over $1.2 million, of which $500,000 was provided by FEMA and insurance due to hurricane damage. LED lighting is remotely controlled and lights are instantly on as warm-up is not required. LED provides brighter, cleaner, uniform lighting levels for better nighttime play and provides energy and maintenance savings throughout the lifetime of the lighting system. In efforts to provide additional LED lighting at the complex, staff was successful in receiving grant funds of $400,000 from Volusia Eco Program to fund LED lighting for soccer fields 1 through 3, baseball field 3 at a total cost of $950,000. Installation is expected to begin in early 2019.
Pedestrian safety along the A1A corridor has long been identified as a priority for residents and guests. Recent and future redevelopment along A1A makes the safe crossing to the beachfront a necessary improvement. Staff, working with the Florida Department of Transportation and the River to Sea Transportation Planning Organization, are developing and implementing a solution to A1A crossings. This past year, FDOT installed a rapid rectangular flashing beacon at Andy Romano Beachfront Park, which provides significant safety benefits to pedestrians. Staff continues to impress upon FDOT the importance of installing these along A1A at regular intervals. In June, FDOT provided an access management study for A1A from Millsap Road to Granada Boulevard. As part of the study, mid-block crossings and rapid rectangular flashing beacon devices were recommended at River Beach Drive, Rockefeller Drive, Arlington Way south of Seminole Avenue, Osceola Avenue, and Bizarvey Drive. FDOT is currently exploring funding opportunities for the design and construction of these improvements. The city's reused water system provides over 1 billion gallons of reused water annually to our customers. The reused water program helps preserve the Floridian aquifer, reduces the amount discharged to the Halifax River, and lessens environmental impacts to the ecosystem. The reuse is used for residential and commercial properties, as well as public parks and medians. The city began the process of installing reused water lines on streets as part of its 2-inch water main replacement project at a cost of $2.7 million. The St. Johns River Water Management District also provided over $800,000 in grant funds to extend the reused water system throughout the South Peninsula. This project is now complete. Currently, 68% of the effluent from the wastewater treatment plant is recovered and distributed to the reclaimed water system, diverting over 3 million gallons per day that would otherwise be discharged to the Halifax River.
The Breakaway Trail's reused storage tanks and pumping facilities were constructed in the 1990s and are at the end of their useful life. In February, the city applied to the St. Johns River Water Management District for funding to replace the existing tanks and pumps at a total cost of $2.4 million, and grant funding has been approved for $792,000. In addition to the environmental advantages of using reused water, it is sustainable and cost-effective for residents. This project is expected to start in the spring of 2019 and be completed in 2020. The city receives the majority of its raw water from the Hudson and Rima Ridge well fields. Currently, there is only one 24-inch water main on Granada Boulevard for this purpose. If a break were to occur, a secondary redundant raw water main would enable the water flow to continue, preventing a potential water shortage at the water treatment plant. In early 2019, the city will begin construction of a 16-inch secondary raw water main along Granada Boulevard at the cost of $2.4 million. The project will be completed in the summer of 2019.
As Mayor Partington mentioned, the city has received funding for stormwater mitigation projects throughout the city. The Central Park area is where 2 of the hazard mitigation grant-funded projects will be implemented along Fleming Avenue. One provides modifications to the system by interconnecting and extending the storm pipe to provide an alternate outlet for stormwater runoff, and the other will install a flood control pump station on Fleming Avenue to draw down the Central Park Lake system prior to large storm events and provide emergency pumping to the Halifax River during flooding events. These projects total over $9 million and are currently being designed. The Forest Hills Multi-Use Path project is finally underway, and it will provide a 10-foot wide path along Misner's Branch connecting Forest Hills and Scottsdale Drive to Granada Boulevard and Old Tomoka Road. The path will be approximately 3,400 feet long and will provide an additional connection to Misner's Branch from Magnolia Avenue. The project is funded primarily with federal funds of approximately $500,000 through FDOT's LAP program, with the city providing a 10% match toward the project's completion through in-house design services. It is expected to be completed early next year.
2018 has continued to see private sector investment in our economy, with over 5,600 building permits issued with a total valuation of nearly $143 million and nearly 300 business tax receipts, both commercial and home-based, issued this year. Ormond Beach workforce continues to benefit from the expanding economy. In January, employment in Ormond Beach was 19,004, up 3.2% from the previous year. Since then, the local economy has added over 460 jobs. The city's unemployment rate in the second quarter was right around 4%, which is on par with Volusia County and the state of Florida. With numerous projects on the horizon, it is anticipated that Ormond Beach will continue adding jobs to our community. On behalf of the City Commission, I want to thank the businesses and organizations for their continued dedication and partnerships in making Ormond Beach Central Florida's preferred business address. We look forward to partnering with you for many years to come.